German adverbs. In today's lesson, I will explain you what is an adverb, and I will show you what's the difference between an adjective and an adverb. Hey, this is Jan. I'm your German teacher here on EasyDeutsch, the YouTube channel for German grammar. Today's topic is adverbs. I will explain you what is an adverb and also what's the difference between an adjective and an adverb. This is the very first video in my video series about German adverbs. In the next lessons, I will explain you everything you have to know about the different kind of adverbs, how you create them, which different categories you have, how you have to use them, sentence structure, and so on. So if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, hit the subscription button and don't forget the little notification bell. Then you will get all updates for all my new videos. But now let's start with the help of my ebook German Grammar Explained Easily. So we're here now in my ebook German Grammar Explained Easily. Today's topic is adverbs, and this is the first lesson in my video series about German adverbs. So let's talk about what is an adverb. Zoom a little bit in, can read it better. So adverbs describe circumstances. That's exactly the same like in English. There is no difference here. With adverbs, we describe circumstances. And like the name suggests, they are related to verbs. Adverb. You can see the term verb in here. They usually describe the location, the time, a cause, or a manner of action. And we can divide them into the following main categories. It's locative, so about the location, temporal, so about the time, causal, about the cause, and modal, that's about the manner of action. And very important for you, and also good news for you, no declension, because we don't have to change them and we do not decline them. You don't have to change endings there like with adjectives or nouns or articles. So no declension. For you, probably most pressing question, beside the ending, what's the difference between adverbs and adjectives? Because that's a very important difference in German, because remember, adjectives you have to decline, adverbs you do not decline. So adjectives describe nouns more precisely. So adjectives give a noun a certain characteristic, while adverbs describe circumstances, and they are usually related to the verb and definitely not to a noun. So they are related to the whole situation in the sentence. Adjectives usually give further information about a thing or a person. So because a noun always describes a thing or a person. And an adverb is used to describe how, when, why, or where something happens. That doesn't mean that an adjective can't say something about how, the time, or why, but it's always related to the noun and not to the overall situation. The adverb always gives us an information about the situation itself. And the most important difference, if you use an adjective in front of a noun, you have to adjust the ending, while adverbs are unchangeable and you will never ever decline them. Maybe it's easier for you to understand with a few examples here. Gestern war ich bei einem tollen Konzert. So yesterday I have been at a great concert. By the way, if you buy my ebook that I'm using here for this video, It comes with a translation sheet for all the simple phrases, because I think it's very important for you to understand every single example. Obviously, I translate them for you in the video, but if you just want to go through it quickly, but you're not sure with the translation here, you can always check it in my ebook. There you find translations of all examples so that you can understand everything 100%. I marked this here in 3 different colors. If it's blue and bold, it's an adverb. Let's look at the first one here, gestern, yesterday. Here we are just referring to the overall situation. When did this happen? Yesterday. We are not referring to a noun. That's the key here. We are not referring to a noun. The only noun in here is concert. So this is an adverb. We do not change gestern, yesterday. But tollen, here, toll, great, refers to concert. So great, toll, refers to the noun. So this is an adjective. Usually it's easy for you to see that because it's written in front of a noun. So it's written in front of something with a capital letter. So this is easy for you to identify. There are a few adjectives that are not in front of a noun, but it's not so important for you because if they're not there, you don't have to decline them, remember? So there, it makes no difference anymore for you if it's an adverb or an adjective. Also, depending on who you ask, some teachers will tell you, yeah, that's kind of the same thing. An adjective is always just an adverb, depending how you define them. That adjectives are just it's a subcategory, but I will try always to explain it to you from a student point of view, not from a scientific point of view. To categorize adjectives as adverbs makes 0 sense from a student's perspective. So take them as separate things. And the one that is important for you, the adjective in front of a noun, gets the adjective ending, the declension. Adverbs never do that. Let's have a look at the second example. Ich habe ganz vorn gestanden. So I was standing at the very front. So you can hear from my translation it's a little bit different in English because you have to use prepositions and other stuff to make it 100% work. Here we actually have 2 adverbs. The blue one is obviously we're talking about the location here again, and very obvious here right now, it refers to the verb. Where did I stand? And here it also refers to the verb, but here the verb describes a state, so it's less obvious. So that's the whole situation. But here we describe also a state, but where did I stand? So I think it's more obvious here. And I marked this in a different color because it's a special kind of adverb. It's a particle. Particles are used to highlight stuff or intensify or even to describe feelings. I will publish a video about all those particles at the end of my series about adverbs. So if you haven't done it yet, subscribe to my channel so you're not gonna miss that video. The next example, ich habe die Band sehr gut sehen können. So I could see the band very well. Here we have a similar construction in English, apart from the sentence structure, it's different, but this means very well. Here again, we are not talking about the special characteristic for the band. No, we are talking again about the overall situation, and we're referring to sehen können. So to have been able to see very well. We don't care here about the band because it's the sehr gut refers to sehen können. And gut is again the direct adverb. This describes the circumstance. And sehr again is a particle because it intensifies here the meaning of good. Deshalb konnte ich auch viele geniale Fotos machen. That's the reason, or that's why I could, word by word, make many genius photos. So here we have the adverb deshalb, that's why in English, refers to the overall situation, and genial is an adverb because here is an adjective because here we refer to photos, to the noun. You can see here reference is to the overall situation, and here reference is to the noun. So we have to add the adjective ending, and again it's written in front of something with a capital letter. That's a 99% chance that you have to do adjective declension here and that this is actually an adjective. Last example hier. Das Einzige, was mir nicht gefallen hat, war, dass ich kaum Platz hatte. Ich konnte kaum atmen. Here we have the adverb kaum. So the only thing that I didn't like was that I barely had space. I could barely breathe. So here we have an adverb in front of something with a capital letter in front of a noun, but it doesn't really refer to the space. It doesn't give the space a characteristic, right? We refer to having space, to the situation. So sometimes you have to pay a little bit attention. Here we have it in front of the capital letter, but it's not giving the noun any characteristic here. Also, barely is not a characteristic. It's a description of the circumstances of how does it feel. And it's not giving any characteristics to the space. Characteristics of space would be, for example, it's a nice space. It's ein schöner Platz. It's a beautiful Platz. It's a beautiful space. It's a beautiful park. This would be characteristics of space. But if you just give an amount of space or something like that, that's not a characteristic of space. It's just giving how much. And then we describe to the situation. And we do not give a characteristic to the noun. So it's an adverb. No ending here. More obvious is it if you have it here. Ich konnte kaum atmen. Here it obviously refers to a verb. I could barely breathe. There it's very obvious that's an adverb. But I wanted to show you this one too because this one is a little bit more of a complicated one where you have to understand the idea behind adverbs and adjectives. As a task for you to do right now, I want you to check your native language in case that's not English. How does your native language use adverbs? And please check it out in your native language because understanding how adverbs work in your native language makes you almost instantly understand adverbs in any other language because they work the same. Pretty much. So go and check it out. So now you should get the difference between adjectives and adverbs. Very important, do the task if your native language isn't English. Check how adverbs work in your native language. And if you like that video, please hit the like button, that helps me a lot, and subscribe to my channel. If you want to get the ebook, you will find all the links to my shop here under the video. If you buy my ebooks, you're actively supporting me and my channel. Thank you very much. If you don't want to buy it, if you can't buy it, it doesn't matter. You can also support me simply by liking that video and sharing it with all of your friends. And I hope I see you again in the next video. And until then, viel Spaß und Erfolg beim Deutschlernen.